Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Check out this crazy looking Jeep. Today we're going to talk about it. It is owned by Kolton right here from Dirt on the Daily. So what's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for inviting me to Utah. It's my first time here and taking me on these roads.
Beautiful hot day.
It's freaking hot. It's super hot. But we're here. So
Yeah.
we're going to show off your Jeep.
Hell yeah.
Let's turn the camera around and let's start checking it out. All right, so as you guys can see, this thing looks massive. It's a beast. This thing I can compare to Detail's Jeep, kinda. It's like the same height, similar wheels. I wouldn't say the same, but pretty similar stuff, man. So let me know, like, what do you have going on? Let's go over the basics. What year is the Jeep?
It's a 2001 Grand Cherokee with the Vari-Lock.
And does it have a V8 or a 6.0?
It's a 4.7.
4.7, baby.
I don't think it's an HO. It doesn't matter because it's got the gearing to make up for it.
And what size wheels are on this?
These are 17-inch wheels with 40-inch Trapdoors.
Trapdoors, because I know when we were in the Jeep, you were stepping on it and it was moving these wheels like nothing, man.
Running sideways down these back.
You know what it was like? It was like butter, dude.
Butter.
Like
exactly.
butter.
Like butter.
I mean, I see you got some crazy looking stuff going on, so let's talk about what you did to it suspension wise.
So there's really nothing incredibly fancy going on. This Jeep was built basic. What I had, what I could use.
Yeah.
These are 4-inch lift springs out of, for a WJ, but I took this coil bucket from Barnes 4-wheel drive and just have it welded to the bottom of the bucket so it gains, that 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
Or so.
And that way the spring could sit flat as well, right?
Yep, exactly. And I have full intentions of doing coilovers.
Okay.
So I didn't want to weld anything too permanent and insanely strong. But I've had it out wheeling dozens of times and that bracket is still there.
The reason that you have that bracket is because you have this massive freaking axle over here. What are you running there? What axle is that? Let the people know.
That's a Dana 60 out of 2003. So 99 to 04, Dana 60 and Sterling 10.5.
From a Ford or?
Yeah, out of a Ford Power Stroke.
Okay.
An F350. Front and rear came out from the same truck.
Yeah.
Just an old crappy farm truck. And I threw some 538s in the front and rear. And the front is, I don't have a locker, it's just welded solid.
You got that Lincoln locker.
Yep. Yeah, dumped a whole spool of wire into it and she's solid.
And for the steering here, usually people go all custom and because you're swapping it on the WJ, but you said you use the stock setup stuff, right?
Yeah, so this is the steering arm, well, what do you call this? The tie rod and this
the drag link?
The drag link out of the Ford. It's all what came to this axle. It hasn't been unbolted since I bought it. And the tie rod that goes to the pitman arm, I just drilled it out a little bit with a tapered bit, bolted it up in there, and I've been running it.
And it works.
It doesn't steer the best when the front is engaged and locked and on rocks, but as far as getting around, it does amazing.
I mean, now to run these massive axles, you definitely need to have long arms to be able to push the axles out. So what do you have going on down here, dude?
So that is a four link front and rear full belly skid from Trail Forge. I mean, it's solid. It's got square bottom links.
Yeah.
Round upper, but I've dropped this Jeep on rocks onto them, dropped onto that belly skid. It's a 1/4-inch plate.
So that's thick.
Yeah, so you could.
Nothing's gonna happen to that thing, dude.
That'll outlast the rest of the Jeep around it.
And do you have frame stiffeners on this as well, or?
No.
No frame stiffeners.
No frame stiffeners.
That's right.
I do have a little bit right here for this track bar bracket.
Yeah.
All this is some steel. It's genuinely thin. I wish I could remember. Don't quote me, but I think it's just 3/16 that I have.
Reinforce it?
Yeah, it's reinforcing this whole bracket, clipping it on so it holds solid. It's wrapped all the way up and around.
Okay.
So that, because I broke it off. I welded it on one time and I broke it off. So we went all out just on that portion. But as far as frame stiffeners anywhere else, there is none.
And I see you have some limiting straps. What's the reason you have those on, dude?
Well, we needed to do some jumping, so I went ahead and threw them on. And my shocks weren't, liking the bottoming out.
Oh, no. So back here, what axle did you say you're running?
It's a Sterling 10.5.
Sterling 10.5.
Out
Now,
of the same F350.
the crazy part about this though is you have so much room. Why do you have so much room down here?
Well,
What do you do?
it's because I have a fuel cell that is, it's definitely mounted down and doesn't move around while you're driving.
No, because that would be unsafe if it moves
well,
around.
Yeah, something like this you should never leave up to chance like that, and that's why I haven't. It's secured by these lines that run out of it.
It's solid, dude.
I ain't moving.
How many gallons is that?
It's a 15-gallon one I bought for $80 on Walmart.com. Highly would recommend.
Hey, I mean, those welds look decent, so I don't know.
We're not going to talk about the $200 of line and fittings that it took
to make it work.
Get this on, and then my fuel pump is just mounted way up yonder on the other side of that bar there.
Damn, though, you got a lot of room. So now the axle can actually go up and tuck in there.
I could stuff this thing. Yeah, it could. There's so much room. It's not even funny.
So much room.
It's gonna be nice when it comes to putting coilovers on the rear.
And you also have a reinforcement down here, or what do you have down there?
So what I did is I just took this is 1 3/4 Dom, and I hole sawed through here, put it in, welded it up, and then that's what I mount my shock tabs to.
Yeah.
And in the near future, that my roll cage will also tie into that bar. I figured it was a solid idea because I needed to move the shocks back.
And that's stiffening up the frame anyway, so that's a good thing to have,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't need a sway bar because the frame is just so hard.
The Trail Forge kit comes with Johnny joints, right?
Yes.
Yes. Have you had to rebuild any, or?
No, I've only been running it for like 4 months.
Oh, okay.
And I keep them greased, so they'll probably last.
Yeah. Keep your joints greased, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep your joints greased.
A little grease goes a long way on not having to replace everything every 5 minutes. But they do Johnny joints just on the one end, and the other end is just some rubber bushing, whatever.
But they've lasted. I have rear lower adjustable control arms, and they've lasted. Yeah. And I've had them for a couple of years now. So.
I think that they'll
guess how many times I greased those?
How many? I believe it. I've done it once in the 4 months, but I greased it when I got them, and once recently.
Afterwards.
But they're designed. The design from Trail Forge is intended to just go on a stock WJ axle, because they send you the mount that
for the axle,
that you bolt the 3 bolts on top of the WJ, and so you could run this kit on that, and it would be way overpowered. Running it on these 1-tons, I think that's where they're
gonna give it wear and tear,
where they're gonna get a little bit rough. But so far, I mean, we've hooned it, we've jumped it, we've done the dunes, we've wheeled. I mean,
it's been solid, right?
It's solid.
Yeah. What wheel setup do you have on these?
These are literally just the stock Power Stroke wheels. Your Ford F350 wheels.
Yeah.
And I haven't blown a bead yet. I've blown a hole straight through a sidewall and it didn't push the bead off. So they're fine for what I'm doing, and I'm running at like 10 pounds, I think. And
with some 40s?
Yeah. I have no bead problems yet. I'm sure I could find that, but
you'll find it real soon, yeah.
We'll get bead locks soon enough. But like I said, I kind of bought a bunch of things, ran out of money, and
this is what you get.
This.
Yeah.
But
about how much do you think you have invested into this?
That's a big question, man.
Because I feel like people want to know what it takes to get to this point, Though, I mean, one of these axles is probably worth more than the Jeep, just to be honest, right?
Well, let's start with that. I paid for front and rear axle, just bone stock. I had to pull them out from this guy's truck he was parting out, F350 old farm truck, and I paid $400 front and rear for the front and rear
way
combination.
That's a steal.
Yep. You can get a set of gears from Motive Gear for the Sterling for $550 with it comes a full kit, full seals, bearings, and then another $500 for the Dana 60 in the front. So it's not that expensive to get these axles under here. I mean, the most expensive part is this long arm kit that I bought from Trail Forge, and that was $3,000.
Yeah.
It's usually like $3,300. It was on some sale.
To be fair though, you got those axles for a steal.
I did. Smoking deal. And this Jeep I got for about $1,000 in value. I traded a dirt bike for it.
You've got a good deal on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't cost like an intense amount to get out here and wheel and have a dang good time.
I mean, you've made videos going from this versus a stock Jeep, and even that Jeep can keep up.
Yeah.
You know, in some of the trails.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. You can run those axles and not go this step, and probably do almost everything this can.
So let's open up the hood and check out your engine.
All right. Don't look at the wiring.
So we got the 4.7. And how do you feel about the 4.7? Because everyone always argues.
Everybody hates them, and I could not be happier. It's good power, horrible fuel economy. It only builds a little bit of coolant pressure. But as far as reliability, I mean, mine doesn't leak oil, never has. I had a power steering pump go out.
240,000 miles.
240,000 miles. Transmission shifts great. It has good power. I mean, I have good gearing too, but it also has good power, and the AC works. So
yeah, I like your fuse blocks for moving the battery over.
Yeah, that was let's hurry and do this so we can wheel this weekend, and it's just worked ever since. And
why do you want to move the battery out of here?
Well, because that fender there is sitting about 6 inches higher than it was.
I see.
Literally all I did for that was pull the battery tray.
Yeah.
Cut all this junk out that's usually sitting right here.
Yeah.
And then I sliced the fender right here and just took a hammer.
Yeah. You needed to make room.
Yep.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
A hammer. I have a hammer at my house that's labeled lift kit.
Yeah.
You don't need a lift kit, you need a hammer.
That's right. You can run 35s on a stock WJ if you really wanted to.
Exactly, with a little bit of perseverance.
Yeah, so it's pretty much stock under here.
Stock.
Nothing really much going on.
There is one injector wire. That's hot. There's one injector wire clamp that unplugs occasionally, and it gives me a misfire. Plug it back in. Works great.
She's good to go. Put a zip tie around it, dude.
I did have a problem with the exactly. I've been meaning to do that. But I did have a problem with the charging system in the PCM because these are stupid. So
yes, it has to go through the PCM, right?
This is a
regulator,
a voltage regulator out of like a 70s Dodge.
Yeah.
And you just take your wires, and you can do it cleaner than I did.
You bypass the PCM and just go straight to the battery?
Took the wires straight from the back of the alternator. They run straight into that voltage regulator and send it back, signal back to this, tell it to turn on, and it works great. It charges great. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people do that because, like you said, they run through the PCM, so it's a pain.
And I'm not buying a $300 PCM because it's not charging. That was $20 and it works. Yeah.
Let's close the hood up and then talk about your winch.
This is another problem I have. You got to hold this pole and shut it.
Yeah.
Because I cut this pole in half.
Yeah.
So this winch is completely custom. This is just some angle iron I had sitting out in the shop, and this is a $50 winch plate from Harbor Freight, your cheapo $300 winch from Harbor Freight. And it works phenomenally. I have never had any problems. I've got this angle iron running deep in here.
Yep.
With bolts running probably 10 inches back into the frame. I guarantee you that it is stronger than any of those aftermarket bumpers you can go buy. It might not look as sweet, but it functions. And this piece of angle iron on the bottom here, I threw on there to kind of protect the radiator.
Oh yeah.
I could add something right here to bridge this gap, but I haven't had any problems yet.
Honestly, that's what I like about your Jeep, that you built this thing, to me, on a budget, even though the budget's a little bit bigger than most, but it's still on a budget, and it gets the job done.
Got lucky, had a little cash come my way, and threw a little bit at it, and when I ran out, I made what I had work.
Yeah.
And it functioned. A lot of it was trial and error. I've never built anything like this. I've never done anything like this. This is my first time. Everything here is learning. Everything here is figuring it out, watching YouTube videos, watching your videos, because you got lots of cool overviews, man.
Dude, I have like 500 videos too.
I know. And I did this is my first try. So if you hate it You don't think it's good? I don't care. It
Yeah.
was my first try. It wheels.
And if you guys want to watch it wheel, where can they go watch, dude?
Dirt on the Daily.
So you got to go to Dirt on the Daily on Instagram or YouTube. Check him out because he does some good wheeling videos out here in Utah. And they actually have a bunch of dope spots. It's like really nice out here, especially compared to Vegas. There's nothing out there but rocks. So make sure to check him out. All right, so now it's my time to drive this monster. Let's see what I can do. It's not me though, it's the Jeep. The guy who built it. We need a driver mod, that's what we need. We need a driver mod.
Alright, are we hitting round 2?
Yeah, we're going back for it.
Heck
It's
yeah.
gonna go up.
Heck yeah.
I just got a little sketchy up there. There we go, found our rut we made. Oh god. Damn.
We found the rut that oh, that fell.
Yeah.
That thing's kind of crappy. It's just,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it just clips in there into the thing, so you can let it hang.
So it's not gonna go up from here, huh?
I don't know, maybe try a 2-inch bump. So just let it roll back a tiny bit. Oh, okay, I'm gonna put it in drive.
Okay.
In reverse, so
Okay.
just let her right there. Now hit it, try it from there.
Oh, a little bit more. Ready?
Hit it. All
right, so thank you, man, for showing me the Jeep, for letting us check it out and letting you guys watch this. So I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And like I said, go check him out, Dirt on the Daily. When do you have a new video coming out?
Every Sunday.
If he doesn't post on Sunday, go comment on his stuff,
Yeah,
man.
get after me.
Yeah, make sure he posts.
I'm trying to get into the flow of these things.
Yes, so check him out. We'll definitely be back here in Utah with him and recording some other videos.
That sounds
so
fantastic.
I just need to fix my cooling issue, and then I'll bring my Jeep out here. I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Next Sunday, you hold him to it.
No, not next Sunday. No, it's too hot still. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys on the next one.